Greetings, fam. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. The channel, guys, is growing all because of you. All because of you. You are the reasons why this channel is growing this much. Anyway, my name is Dr. Maka, and it's good to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the love. If you've just subscribed now, trust me, you are here to stay. Thank you so much, guys. Please do advise what else you would want me to actually share with, especially that has to do with academics, Anyway, the topic for our session today is just action verbs. Obviously, you did verbs when you're still in primary school, but these are the kind of verbs that you actually need, guys. For your revision, for your tests, you just need them. So you need to know them by heart. I want you to repeat after me every time I actually explain these verbs. Anyway, this was prepared actually as an intro for my grade 12s this year. Isn't just a game, the top dogs, those who are just on the final lap, but I still do believe that the grade 10s, the grade 11s are going to benefit on this as well, because these are the verbs that you need to know to master that answer that you're going to give to your teacher. It's important, guys. It's crucial. Kubuhlokwa, kubalulekile bantase, to understand the common action verbs that are used in tests, that are used in exam papers for accurate interpretation. So now, I want you to familiarize yourself with these action verbs. We are actually going to be doing this together because I want you to repeat after me with every verb, And now remember, guys, I always say this. My English, I did English actually as a first additional language. So don't expect an accent here, and kind of accent here. No, you're going to get the Montreal accent, a Montreal SSS accent. That is it. But we have a completed PhD with this accent. We are still going higher and higher and higher. So this is also to a girl, a boy who is in rural areas, who actually struggle to articulate things, who struggle to answer some of the answers because they struggle to understand the verbs or to actually pinpoint what the examiner is looking for. This one is for you. Take it from me, my guy. I also went to rural schools, but here I am today. Anyway, let's get to the point. Let's get to it. Let's start with the first one, analyze. So when the examiner says analyze something, here you separate, you examine, and you interpret. So you're basically providing a detailed examination of that particular subject. Then if you are asked to calculate. Now, with calculate, you have to provide or determine a numerical answer, right? You have to show your answer by actually solving the problem in a multiple step way, right? Or method, right? So this basically requires mathematical operations to find a solution. So you have to provide a step-by-step calculation. Now you will notice that with these step-by-step calculation, each step will have its own mark. And guys, in agricultural sciences, we calculate, we calculate. right? Then we have classify. Now, if you are classifying or if you are asked to classify, it means that you must group the concepts or things based on their common characteristics. So you categorize now these items based on the shared features, providing clarity on their similarities. Then we have compare. Siyakomperisha ngoku, ne? So now xa sikomperisha, you are actually pointing out similarities ne differences between things, between concepts, between a particular phenomena. Right? Uyakomperisha uba ezinto zisimila kangakanani na, zi-different kangakanani na, right? And then you discuss, maybe on another question you will be required to discuss now these differences and these commonalities, right? Then kubese kuthiwa ke ngoku define, ne? When the teacher asks you to define, imisi lithi give a clear example or a clear meaning, basically. Not example, ndiyaniqhatha. Give a clear meaning. You are defining. Uyayicacisa mntase. Give a clear meaning to the concept or that particular term. So you are providing a concise as well as a precise explanation. Uya explainer. Yabo? And then aphinde athumisi describe. So now when you are describing, you state in words. You use diagrams where appropriate. This could be to outline the main points of the structure, the process, the phenomenon, or the investigation. So now what you are doing is to convey the information using detailed language. You can also maybe be supported by visuals where necessary. Then ke ngoku kuphindwe kuthiwe determine. So you determining here, right? Now with determine, it's either you are discovering the answer or calculating the answer, but both of these, you have to do that by examining the evidence that you are given, right? So this one involves a process of investigation or even calculation to reach a definitive solution. Then we have differentiate. Now, guys, remember, there is no particular order here, so the order that I use is just alphabetical order, so nothing fancy. Now, to differentiate, you use differences to qualify categories, right? So you highlight the distinctions between items. You highlight the distinctions between concepts to provide a nuanced understanding. Then we have discuss. So we've got discuss. Now, when you are asked to discuss, it means that consider all the information. And then you reach the conclusion. So now what does this mean? This means that you present a comprehensive overview considering various perspectives before arriving at a well-supported conclusion. I know women are good at this. Ladies, they are very good at discussing. Why are we going to discuss here? We are going to discuss bantwana basekhaya. We are going to consider all the information before we reach to that conclusion. Right? We are going to present a comprehensive overview. We are going to consider all the perspectives before we arrive to our solution, right? And to us, that solution will be correct. To us, that solution will be right. Then we have explain. So when you explain, you make it clear. You interpret, you spell out. So now this means you actually elaborate on the subject. You clarify complex ideas for a thorough understanding. Mosamajita ayathanda uku-explaina ke wona. He man explain. They do. They always want to explain. But now with this kind of explain that we're talking about is the explain that you have to use for your exam. So in an exam, make sure you do explain. You might not really explain in real life, but in your exam, make sure you elaborate on the answer, on the subject. You clarify the ideas. You make it thorough. Ushaya nje spring cleaning esinzima kabi. Then we've got identify, right? Now, when you have to identify on your exam, if you're asked to identify, then it means you actually name the characteristics, those essential characteristics. But again, depending on what you have been asked, right? So it means you clearly state and recognize the key features or key elements. Then we've got label. This one is also common. It comes in every test, in every exam. Now, if you label, it means you identify now on a diagram or on a drawing. So most of the time where you have to label, they will actually number them either alphabetically or by numbers. Then you ask a question or identify number 1 or identify the letter B, right? So this is actually where you clearly mark and identify elements that are on the visual presentation. Then we've got list. Now with list, you actually mention items without giving any additional detail. You are not explaining here. It's just a simple list of items without any further explanation. Even if you know you are good at explanation, once the question says list, just list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know? Then we come to name. So if this question says name this and this and that, here you just give the proper noun. You write down the information without any discussion. Batong. Any discussion, bandase. Nikhumbule kaloku ndzaba nisithi bathong. Ninilungise ke apha kwi-comments. Ngwase Eastern Cape mna. But ke now ndihlala nabaSuthu, so I'm learning. I want to know all the languages zalapha eSouth Africa. I'm willing. Stayed in Pretoria for years and came back with nothing. But now I'm willing. BaSuthu we, I'm here. So now, with name, you provide a straightforward identification without getting into too much details. Yeah, then we have suggest. Now with suggest, you offer an explanation or you offer a solution. Now you are proposing the ideas that are supported by relevant information. you are proposing solutions, ideas and solutions that are actually supported, right? Then we have the last one, tabulate or tabulate. It's up to you. Napho ndanifunda khona kwakuthiwa there is no school for pronunciation. But I learned along the way that actually there is, because some words Google Jonga, they have pronunciation. And I see asana otishala bam. But basoli, I'm here today. Then we've got tabulate, right? So if you are asked to tabulate, let's say tabulate the differences between an animal cell and a plant cell, right? So you actually draw a table. You indicate the answers as direct pairs, right? So it's very important to present this information in an organized table, right? In a good format, man, that will make it easy to understand, and in most cases, the tables actually have marks. Giving a title to the heading has marks. There are certain things that the examiner looks for. So obviously, your teacher will tell you or have told you. So you need to actually be on par when it comes to this, right? So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. It was a good 16 minutes going to 17 minutes, but I hope you found this video useful. So please do review, internalize all these action verbs to enhance your ability to tackle different types of exam questions effectively. I actually want you to know these by head. I want you to practice them in your study session. Know them, be confident with them. This will help you even to be confident in the responses that you give. Anyway, love and light. Thank you so much, my people. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I can see the channel is growing, and it's all because of you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to share this important information with others. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you very much. Much love. Until next time.